Okay, so why did the Hawks want Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Was it because of SGA? No, it was because of how he plays on the court, especially during this year's NBA playoffs. So let's get down and let's check out the things that he does so well on this basketball court that you can do as well if you are a basketball player. Number one, he is able to make the correct read on the screen and roll. So right here, his teammate sets that screen. Nickeil Alexander-Walker comes off that screen, but is faced with essentially what looks to be a potential blitz. Off of this, the man who was setting the screen sprints to about that 20-something foot area just to get open. And whenever this happens, whenever you get a double team off of a screen, he needs to sink back down. He needs to sink over. He needs to drop. That creates a kind of a triangle. That didn't happen. Maybe there was no communication on this court, or they were just not planning that. However, Nickeil Alexander-Walker was able to read that, and he was able to get it to his teammate, who was able to then score. So we're going to zoom in right here because, of course, this is Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He is moving behind what looks to be a zone, and he's going to be popping out towards this corner to make that three-point shot. However, watch his footwork because it is extremely important to have footwork like this. So when he's sprinting out, when he catches this ball, he goes off of his right foot onto 2 feet, and then he takes the three. By being able to hop right here, actually in this case, it was actually his left foot, which is quite interesting. However, what I have seen as a coach for many, many years, whether you go off of your right foot or off of your left, it doesn't necessarily matter. It comes down to personal choice. However, what is important is the fact that you land on both feet at the exact same time and you get them pointed in the same direction and in the same set as you like. You don't want to have one foot way out here, another foot way out here, and you don't normally shoot like that. That is what allows him to be able to get that shot off so fast. Now, it's not really surprising that he has a lot of Shea in him. They are family. However, what he does right here, attacking down the middle, does that quick stutter cross, and then crosses back towards the middle and does a low gather. Makes contact with that defender's body first, and as the offensive player, I can tell you that you need to be able to make that contact first. If the defense makes contact first, the offense loses. However, if the offensive player makes contact with the defender first, the offensive player wins, because that is what will make the opponent, whether it's the offense or defensive player, off balance. It'll get them onto their heels, which then creates that gap. Also, by lifting your elbow up to clear out these hands so that they go straight up, is also another tactic that you can use. Remember, you have your own player cylinder, so if you lift your elbow up in your player cylinder, if the other opponent is in that cylinder, it's their problem if they get hit. And then from there, he is able to then finish with his left hand and one. He's probably picking up even more moves off of SGA this summer. I also really like this dribble handoff as well. So anytime there's a dribble handoff or a screen, the read is kind of the same if you're looking to score. So basically, coming off of this dribble handoff right here, this is his defender, and you have to be able to read if he goes over or if he's going to go under that screen. If he goes over the screen, you need to cut in and attack the paint or attack the hedge or attack the drop defender. If this man instead goes under the screen, you need to be able to pull for that shot extremely fast. Here's his footwork where he's able to go left, right, straight into his shot like this. He actually hops onto his 2 feet, which will allow him to be a little bit more balanced. There's two ways that you can come off of this. You can go left, right, or you can go off of your right foot onto 2 so that you can be a bit more balanced. That quick hop onto 2 feet is a lot slower. However, you will be a lot more balanced. And that's what he did right here. He did that quick little hop, and that allowed him to turn his body, and that allowed him to score in this situation. Now, this is another pitch in, but also that dribble handoff, and there is a massive gap right here. And why I personally always love screens that come for the ball handler, the point guard or whoever, from the wing to the point so that this man, in this case it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, can attack down this lane. The reason why I really love this wing to basket lane right here is because it is almost like no man's land. So I'm going to use different colors, but this is no man's land right here. We have help on this side. Help needs to be able to cut off that middle. This man is going to be drop. He needs to drop to cover both here and there. Meanwhile, this is your gap defender. For your gap, he needs to stick to this corner man because what they are afraid of is for that corner man to hit 3-point shots. Nobody wants an open 3-point shot, so this man needs to stay glued to the cornered man. This then allows the ball handler to go down middle, and he's able to make different reads. So for example, if there's no help, he can score. So if this doesn't exist, he can score. If help is here, but there's no drop, then the kick out pass goes to the corner. If there's a drop and there's a help and gap is staying home, then the pass needs to go out to the corner. That's the different reads. However, what mostly happens at the NBA level is what we see right here. You turn the corner with your shoulder down, and then that gives you the lane to the basket. Now, at this point, because of NBA defense is not allowing to be in the key for more than 3 seconds, help is always stuck on the far side of the key, which is why driving from the wing at the NBA level will most likely get you a lot of open, easy points most of the time. Or it can create a lot of opportunities to kick out that corner because in the NBA, they don't really teach much when it comes to defense. He's going to stay glued to his guy. He's going to be looking. He is currently chasing. He currently is in a moment where he's like, I don't know what to do. And then the only real defense is here, which means that you're either going to get 2 points or you're going to get an assist for a 3-point shot. And in this case, he's able to finish at the rim. If you want to be able to make reads like this, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below. If you want to have more basketball IQ, that is going to allow you to get to the NBA level, but also it's going to give you 8 weeks of a workout, which is huge. That's going to make you stronger. And it's also going to give you 8 weeks of actual skills training. That's going to get you better. So definitely go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below. I'll see you guys again in my next video.